Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're welcome to the Discovery Show TDS TV here on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, and on Twitter. My name is Precious Adadidiodu, ably produced by Mr. James Kobina Opon. The Discovery Show is a show that seeks to interview professionals in the diaspora and beyond who are making significant impact in the area of healthcare, politics, religion, academia, and what have you. And basically, what we want to do is that bring people who have actually made significant impact in their own area on this platform to share their lives, their journey, so that they can also guide us, share some accurate information with us that can help us to move higher in life. And this evening, this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are watching us from, we are speaking to Miss Dinah Buffo. She's a registered nurse, originally from Ghana and currently working here in the UK. Here on the TDS TV, we say Yearn to learn. You're welcome, Dinah.
Thank you so much.
I can see you're very excited to be here, isn't it?
Finally.
Finally.
I know it's been a struggle to get me here.
We're happy to have you, Dinah. Thank you so much for agreeing to be here. So tell us, who is Dinah? Tell us a bit about yourself.
Oh, Diana is a registered nurse who started training as a registered nurse in Ghana, specifically Cape Coast Nursing Training College. And hello to all Cape Coast Nursing Training College alumni. From Cape Coast Nursing Training College, I did work in a hospital in Kumasi. After studying for about 2 years, I went to University of Cape Coast to do a degree nursing, like 2-year top-up. Afterwards, I came to the UK to do a master's in international public health, after which I went back to Ghana. And I finally migrated to the UK in 2018. So I've been here for about 3 years now. So I'm currently practicing as a nurse in the UK. So basically, that's what Diana is at the moment. That's all I can say for now.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, I'm happy to know that you transitioned through the nursing training college to the university, and then masters here in the UK. How has it been for you? I know for some of us, we did, straight away university nursing. How different is that experience? I mean, what did you learn from moving from a nursing training college and also into a university? How does it feel? And do you think that is more helpful than probably going straight into a university?
No, I think either way, it's fine. It all depends on the opportunities that come to your way right after you finish secondary school. So I had the opportunity to go to nursing training college. And then I think the experience is quite different. Okay. So like I said, either way, it's fine. So it's all about you taking advantage of whatever opportunity that comes your way at that moment and then making good use of it. So it's fine either way, honestly.
Amazing. Now tell us, you did work in, you said you work in Kumasi for some time, and then now you're here in the UK since 2018, almost 4 years. What are the, so can you tell us what are the differences, the similarities? Of course, we know nursing is universal, but what is the difference with respect to the two healthcare systems?
So let me just give a general overview. So it's like a general overview of nursing compared to nursing in the UK compared to Ghana. So basically nursing is universal. The basics is the same everywhere. It's just the system that is different. The only thing different is the system and how it works. So the system kind of affects the basics, basically. So I would say that money-wise, it's a bit okay over here compared to Ghana. And sometimes comparing UK to Ghana, the consumables we sometimes need, we sometimes struggle to get it. But here, it's always there. It's at our disposal 24/7, so you don't really struggle to get the stuff to work with. And also comparing the discharge system to Ghana. If somebody is discharged in Ghana, it's like everything boils down to the family as to however they're going to cope back home. Is down to the family. But here, what I realize is even if you are going home, it's like the responsibility is still on the healthcare system. So they make sure before you go home, there is a system in place for you to be looked after, even whilst you're home. So they don't just discharge you to go home. without knowing what's going to happen, because I've realized that most of the patients who come into the hospital are mostly elderly. So you realize that they live on their own, they do basically almost everything on their own. So if they come to the hospital and you realize their conditions have deteriorated, obviously you can't leave them to go home all by themselves. So most of them live on their own. So there is always a system to make sure there is somebody, like they arrange carers to go home to look after them. If they realize they can't cope on their own, they make sure that arrangement is made for them to go to the nursing homes or care homes and all that. So basically, you can't, there's a big gap, honestly, comparing the two systems.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see. So, I mean, obviously, there are reasons why people migrate and all that. I'm sure some of the reasons cut across what you've explained and all that.
Yeah.
Is it worth the move? And will you encourage other people also to give it a try?
It's worth it. Career-wise, the experience you get, there are certain terms that I never heard of it until I got here. There are certain things I wish I knew as a nurse. The systems you wish that we had some of the systems we have here in Ghana. It would have made nursing easier for us back home. It would have made us like put our whole heart into it. So imagine you being in the hospital administering medication and you realize, oh, this patient has run out of this particular medication. Back in Ghana, you'd have to be calling family members for them to be chasing, going to the drugstores outside to bring the stuff in. So it makes the work more difficult. But here, you just go on the system, you type in whatever the patient needs, it goes straight to the pharmacy, and then the next minute the tablet is there. So it makes it more easier for you to do your work. So I would say it's worth the move because you learn a lot. You learn a lot. And obviously, money-wise, I mean, you know the currency and the currency conversion and all that. So the little you convert back home is quite a lot. You can do a lot over there. So the number of years I worked, if you ask me how much I save from the number of years I worked, I don't even have anything to show for it, honestly. Not because I was spending so much, but honestly, you don't really spend so much, but you just don't see the money. But here, if you really manage yourself very well, at least what you can save will even be like 3 times more than the salary of, I mean, a matron or principal nursing officer back home, you know. So honestly, it's worth the move. But then I'm not saying you can't make it back there. It all depends on your future goals. And also a lot goes in. If you have family, you can't just take certain decisions without involving your family. So no matter what it is, I think it's worth the move.
Thank you very much, Dinah. Viewers, we are speaking to Miss Dinah Baffo, who is originally from Ghana and currently a registered nurse here in the UK. So just to recommend to you Henbeck 60 Hub, Henbeck 60 Hub. Henbeck 60 Hub is actually an amazing agency that deals with shipping of items such as books, bags, clothes, watches, and footwears. Wherever you are, this agency can actually buy these items from the best of retailers, best of wholesalers, ship them to wherever you are. And I mean, you really enjoy that. So if you want to contact them, it is +233 546 022 952. I take that again, +233 546 022 952, or henbecktravels@gmail.com, or just contact them on Facebook. The name is Henbeck 60 Hub, and they'll do the best of work for you. So Dinah, as we're talking about shipping and all that, just want to find out if someone wants to, in quote, ship him or herself from wherever he is to the UK to practice nursing, what is the process?
I would say the process basically it's quite simple, but not that simple because a lot goes into the process. It took me almost a year when I started, and it all boils down to you preparing yourself to write your IELTS. That's the first thing, because UK is an English-speaking country, so the UK Nursing Board will want to test your English language proficiency. So IELTS is what they require. That will be the first step, and the next step will be for you to write the CBT, which is the computer-based test. It's like a multiple choice basic nursing questions. It involves like drug calculations and simple nursing. I think it's easier to pass the CBT even more than the IELTS, because a lot of people struggle with the IELTS more than the CBT. And then you start the nursing registration process. So you go online to the UK Nursing and Midwifery Nursing website. You create a portal whereby you start the registration, you pay your fees, you upload all the necessary documents like qualification, as well as like medical certificates. You upload all of that. And the next exam will be for you to come to the UK to do the practical exams. So that is where the challenge is, coming here to do the OSCE, because you need an employer here in the UK to give you a certificate of sponsorship. So that is where most people are struggling now, because what is going on now is, initially, after you are done with your IELTS and your CBT, all you needed to do was to contact agencies here in the UK, and they would assist you with getting a job as well as the visa processing and everything to get you here. But now, since the pandemic, WHO has put a ban currently on active recruitment through agencies. So what's going on is, once you're done with your IELTS and your CBT, you have to apply directly to employers, not through agencies anymore. So you just have to go onto the NHS or track jobs and then do direct applications that are relevant or applicable to overseas nurses. So not every band 5 job that you see on track jobs or NHS is applicable to overseas nurses. So once you manage to get here, the next thing will be for you to get trained and then do the OSCE, which is the practical exams. Once you pass that practical exams, you get your PIN, and then you are a registered nurse in the UK. So that is the whole process, simply put. But a lot goes into each stage. So it's not as simple as I've just said.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was just going to mention that. I mean, if there's someone watching us, the person will be wondering, oh, is that easy? If you can take a bit more time and recap what you've said, and this time around with a bit more detail, a bit more guidance here and there, what are some of the tips and tricks that people need to, take into consideration to pass at every point in time? If you can just take some few more minutes to elaborate on this, yeah.
Yeah, so I will start with the IELTS. I would say that you don't jump IELTS and write CBT, because it's so easy to pass the CBT. And the reason why I'm saying it is basically nursing. So you don't struggle. It's always possible for you to apply your basic knowledge in nursing to answer those questions. There are multiple choice questions. You don't really need to think and write anything. So it's easy for you to pass the CBT compared to the IELTS. So the IELTS is just like, it's general English. So most people do struggle with that, especially with the reading. And the good thing is there's another option for you to write OET. So if you realize you are struggling with the IELTS, you can consider OET. And but the difficult thing with the OET is it's not in most developing countries. Yeah. So we don't even have OET. But I think now it's in Ghana. I'm sure most people don't know this, but now OET is in Ghana. And what they write in Ghana is the computer-based. They've not started the paper-based. But then I sent an email to UK NMC asking if they accept the computer-based OET. And they replied saying they accept both the paper and the computer-based OET. So if you are struggling with the IELTS, you can actually try the OET. And so once you are done with the OET and the IELTS, the next thing will be for you to write the CBT. So with the CBT, like I'm saying, it's easy to pass. You just need to have at hand like basic calculation, basic drag calculation, which is so easy to pass. There are also Facebook groups where you can join. They do answering and question and answers every single day. Before I came here, I used to be part of the CBT Facebook group. So it really helps you. If there's any question you don't understand, you post it on there, and then people come out with their answers. They give feedback as to why this is the correct answer. So you learn every single day. So the next one is the OSCE, which is the practical one once you've managed to get here. So with the practical one, definitely your hospital will organize the training. They give you all the study materials. But what helped me and what I would advise is, once you get here, don't only concentrate on what your teachers teach you in their OSCE lessons. Once you get home, you can form groups among your friends and then keep practicing. Even on your own, you can time yourself, because each clinical skill you'll be asked to perform is time bound. So if it's 15 minutes, you can just time yourself to like 12 minutes and try and do that skill within that specific time. If you manage to beat the time every single day as you practice on your own, you are more likely to actually do it on time once you get to the main OSCE exam. So basically, that's the tip I'll give in each stage.
Interesting. And of course, thank you very much. Viewers, we're speaking to Miss Dinah Baffo, who is a registered nurse here in the UK and doing amazingly well. Dinah herself owns a YouTube channel called Good Health Consult. She's putting great stuff there. So you can subscribe to her channel on YouTube. It is Good Health Consult.
If you can see from my background, I've got it on my TV.
Fantastic. So viewers, please do her the honors by subscribing to her channel. And yeah, thank you very much, Dinah. So I mean, one thing that is on my mind is when people get to the UK, the challenges they go through to stabilize. Just off head, what are some of the tips you give to people? Someone who may be watching has just arrived in the UK to stay here, live here, work here. What are some of the tips you give to the person generally, general life tips for people?
So that's a big question, because when it comes to life here in UK, we'll talk about your life as a nurse, so that would be career, financial life, social life, family life. So it's quite a lot. So I would say career-wise, I mean, obviously that would be the main reason why you come here. Yeah. But then others come along. So with career, I would say that you just have to stay focused. Sometimes it can be very, very challenging regarding the system, because we have the skills, we have the experience, we are hardworking, we are able to do it. But it's just like being in that different system, what makes it more challenging. There are some equipments that you've not even seen before. So I would say that you just have to try and then push yourself, just be out there all the time, trying to learn, try to ask questions. Even if there's something you don't know, don't be shy, just be pushy and then keep asking questions, and that's how you can actually learn. And I remember when I never even saw what an infusion pump is until I got here. Meanwhile, back in Ghana, we used to give IV infusion every single day. I only saw an infusion pump when I got here. So even after they've trained me to use it, I was always skeptical about it, because I was just like, how do I even hang up an infusion and put it through this pump? So anytime somebody was going to do it, I'll always try to follow. Can you show me? And when somebody showed me, I would rather have the person watch me do it rather than them doing it for me. So that's what I was always doing. So anytime I realize somebody is doing something I don't know how to do, I'm always like, can you let me do it? Can you help me do it? Can you watch me do it? I don't want people doing stuff for me. Otherwise, you never learn. So that is how I learned. And I really, now I can even close my eyes and operate an infusion pump with ease. So that's how you learn, actually. And financially, what I would say is, if you live in an area which is very, very expensive, it will be difficult for you to save. It's just going to be like you living back in Ghana, because irrespective of how much you earn in pounds, if you don't take care, you might end up spending everything here. It's going to be like you moving from hand to mouth all the time. So the accommodation takes a chunk of our money. So if you can manage how much you spend on your rents and bills, I think you can actually save. And if you manage to do extra shifts in between, you can also save financially. And if you have family, I would say that getting accommodation in an area that is a bit cheaper will be more helpful than you trying to live in the big city. Otherwise, all your money will go into rent and bills, and you end up not saving at all. Otherwise, there'll be no point in you coming here in the first place, because you have nothing to save. And what else? Social life, the weather, I think, makes it very difficult for me to even go out. Sometimes I'm more comfortable staying in my room the whole day and keeping myself warm than going out. So if you don't take care, you will not socialize at home. So in that aspect, I would say that if you're Ghanaian, you can at least try and engage with fellow Ghanaians in your community. If it's a church, try and join a Ghanaian church and try and attend social gathering. So this afternoon, I attended a Ghana as 65 Independence Day celebration. I just feel like, why not? Let me just go instead of getting stuck in this flat. So I just went there, met friends, and it will beat your imagination, the kind of networking skills that you actually get from attending such events. So surviving in UK is really, really possible. It's not really a challenge. I don't really see it as a challenge at all.
Thank you very much, Dinah, for being kind with us. Yeah, I mean, one thing that has been on the news bulletin for quite a long time with respect to nursing has to do with the carer, and then, I mean, senior carer role for people who want to come here. What is it about? And if someone watching us and want to go that path, what is the process as well?
Yeah. So initially, coming to the UK was basically for like nurses, doctors. You would only hear of those kind of professions being on the occupation, like the shortage occupation list. So for you to come to the UK to work as a skilled worker, the type of job you're coming to do should be on the UK's shortage occupation list. That is where when you can get a sponsor or an employer to give you a sponsorship to come to the UK. But UK has added senior carers, healthcare assistants, home care workers to the shortage occupation list. So this means if you manage to get an employer who is willing to give you a job like that, either senior carer, healthcare assistant, you also qualify to get sponsorship to come to the UK to work as a skilled worker, just as nurses, doctors, and any other profession would also come in. So basically, that's the long and short of this senior carer or healthcare worker thing. But the challenge now is, since the UK announced this ban on active recruitment through agencies, it's becoming a bit challenging for people to get the jobs, even though UK has announced that those healthcare or senior carers are also part of the shortage occupation list. So that's basically it about this senior carer thing.
What do you mean by it's becoming challenging? Is it that they are having so many applications beyond expectations, or what exactly is happening? And does that mean people intending to apply should hold on?
So the challenge now is, if people are not, it's like most developing countries are part of those countries, like let me say the red list countries. So, and they are the ones who really want to come. And UK government has put, it's not really the UK government, it was WHO that brought up that policy. So obviously UK government and all the agencies operating within UK will have to go by that policy of WHO. So it's not really their fault. It was quite easy, coming through an agent. I came to an agency, so the only thing I needed was to write my LCBT, and then I sent my CV to my agency. They got the job for me, set up an interview for me, everything. But now you have to do everything by yourself, so you have to contact employers directly, not through agencies. So that is what is making it challenging. So most people have sent me messages saying they've contacted several agencies and they've told them they are not recruiting from red list countries. So now it means you have to put in a lot of effort and apply to as many jobs as possible. And so imagine thousands of people from all over applying for similar jobs. Most of them will obviously receive thousands of applications. So it takes a while for them to even screen all of these applications, in order to even shortlist people for interview. So that is actually the challenge now. So you just have to keep on pushing and pushing and applying and not giving up. So that's all I can say.
Wow. Thank you very much for sharing with us, Dinah. Now, assuming there's someone watching us or someone is coming here and intends to progress, of course, you touched on that earlier. What are some of the things someone should do to attain a career progression in the nursing field? Now, let me say that you yourself, you've been promoted not long ago. So congratulations on your promotion.
Thank
you. So yeah, tell us, what are some of the things you did or someone should do to get a promotion from band 5 to 6, 6 to 7, or 5 to 7? What exactly?
Yeah. So moving from band 5 to 6, we always have this mindset that we are from overseas. We don't even deserve this. All the opportunities are for like other people, not for us. So we find it difficult to even put ourselves out there. Even when there are positions, we will never apply and all that, because we don't really see ourselves to be there yet. We feel like we don't deserve it. So that is what keeps most of us in our shell. But then I would say confidently that it's really, really possible for you to get there, because I have only been here for like 3 years. I was here 3 years last September. So moving from a band 5 to band 6 within this short period of time. I know people have been here for several years, they are still at band 5. And mostly that's because of the fear in them that they are not really worth it. They are not competent enough. They think they don't deserve it. And it keeps them there. They don't really want to even apply for any band 6 job at all. They will never even make the attempt because they feel like, no, it's not for them. They can't do it. So that is that mindset that people have. So once you're coming here, because we've done this job back home, I did over almost 8 or 10 years before coming here. So what shows that you can do it? It's just the system that's different. So nothing should actually make you like look down upon yourself at all. You can actually do it if I have been able to, because even if I want to get a band 7, you know, by the grace of God, I can actually get it, and I tell you, I know what I'm saying. So it's not really very possible. So what you have to do is, you know, these people, they are very observant.
Yeah.
You might think they are not watching you, but they are watching you. Some people try to be so defensive anytime on the word, and even when they are corrected, they try to feel like, oh, you are treating me this way because I'm from overseas, blah, blah, blah. They start struggling. You know, it's like power struggle whenever they are on the word, because they already have this mindset that this is how they treat us, this is how it's never like that. Some of them are very, very good, the managers, the senior nurses. So you just have to humble yourself, try. And then what I was always doing is anytime there's somebody going to do something, even if it's not for my patient, if I know I don't know how to do it, I will just go out there and say, can you, if you are going to, can you call me? Can you watch me do this? There are certain, I know this other nurse who I was in the gastro ward. She never liked like having anything to do with the stomach bag. And because back home, I never nursed the patient with a stomach bag because I was working in a small district hospital. So these are not stuff that you'd even see. So anytime there was anything about the stomach bag, I would always want to go and watch. I always want to go and see. So the more you do that, the more you get the experience. And also, I would say that don't limit yourself to that ward you are alone. There's opportunity for you to do extra shift. Pick up those extra shifts in other wards, not in your ward alone, because sometimes it's not always about the money, but then getting the experience is what's going to push you out there. It's not about the extra shift you are doing in your ward, because you don't need to limit your ward. You don't need to limit yourself to, because we already have the mindset that we are not even worth it. So therefore, you don't need to limit yourself. Just be all over. So pick up shifts in orthopedic ward, go to gastro ward, go to the emergency. So go to all other units, get the experience, and that's how come you get to meet people. And then once you listen to them talk, it will bring up ideas in your mind as to which areas you can go. Also try and coordinate, try and be like friendly with your staff, with your seniors, with your managers, because sometimes when there are positions and they feel like you deserve it, they themselves will actually like consider you. You know, if they realize that they've advertised for position in your ward and you have applied, they will consider you rather than somebody from another ward coming to apply for that position. So you just have to be hardworking, and then always let them know that you're ready to learn. That's one thing they really, really want. Somebody who's always ready to learn. They would always consider you whenever there are positions. Yeah. And I think wherever you find yourself, if you find yourself in a ward where you don't see yourself progressing, don't stay there for long. Because the first ward I moved very, very fast, because I felt like I met a lot of senior nurses, a lot of, I was the only like African nurse over there. I realized that if I stayed in that ward for a very long time, I wouldn't have been a band 6 now, because I saw a lot of band 5s, a lot of band 6 already. So I told myself, is there any opportunity for me to even go forward at all? So if you realize yourself in such an environment, then you should know that it's going to take a while for you to move forward. So once you realize that, just start looking elsewhere, start getting experience from other units, and then move on fast.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Thank you very much. These are great nuggets you've shared with us. We really appreciate Dinah. Viewers, we've been speaking to Miss Dinah Buffo, who is a registered nurse, of course, a ward sister, a sister in this case. She's doing amazingly well in her own field, and she shared great things with us so far. Thank you, Dinah, for being here. Any final words for us? Anything we haven't asked you? Anything you want to tell us before we bring?
So I'm just happy to be on your show finally.
Thank you. Yeah, happy to have you.
To share my experience, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If there's any question that you don't understand, if there's anything you need help with, I'm always happy to help. You can contact me through my email. I've got my email address on my channel, so you can always contact me, and I'm happy to help in any way possible for you to fulfill your dream of coming here to the UK. And also, don't be discouraged, just keep on applying, because most people are so frustrated because they've applied to several jobs they are not getting. But the one advice I'll give, it's not every job you see on the NHS website or every job you see on the track job is for overseas nurses. That's one mistake people are making. They just apply to any band 5 job they see, thinking that they will get it, but then there are certain jobs that are specifically for overseas nurses. And what will make you know is if you go to track jobs, you use certain keywords that will bring up jobs that are for overseas nurses. So if you type certain words like internationally trained nurses, pre-registered nurse, overseas trained nurse, like anything that would bring out those search terms, it will bring out those that are vacancies for overseas nurses. But if you type band 5 nurse jobs, it will come up with all the band 5 nurse jobs in the UK, which is not applicable to nurses from overseas. So you might think I've applied to so many jobs I'm not getting, but that's where the problem is coming from. So it's something people should actually realize and use the right keywords when they are searching on the internet for jobs. Otherwise, they will just keep on applying. It takes so much time. And also write a good supporting statement, because some people will use just one supporting statement and that's a cover letter and apply to like 1,000 jobs. But then you should know that every hospital have different values. So you should amend your CV, your cover letter to suit the job you apply, and not just to throw in applications with just one particular cover letter, you see. So it's not an easy task, but then if you play your cards well, getting the job will not be a difficult thing for you at all. So basically, that's all I can say for now.
Thank you so much, Miss Aina Bafo, registered originally from Ghana and currently a 6 nurse here in the UK, and also the owner of Good Health Consult. Thank you very much, Diana. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much, and hope to catch up with you sometime.
Yeah.
Viewers, thank you for being here. So this show was ably sponsored by Henbeck 60 Hub. You can contact them on +233 546 022 952. I'll take that again. You can contact them on +233 546 022 952. And basically what they seek to do is that if you want to buy books, bags, clothes, watches, and footwears anywhere across the world, probably you've bought them already and you want someone to ship them to you to any part of the world, Africa, anywhere, just contact them and they will do the best of work for you. You can also contact them on email, henbecktravels@gmail.com, or just on their Facebook page, Henbeck 60 Hub, and they'll do the best of work for you. Henbeck 60 Hub, they say it's a world of endless possibilities. I have been your host, Precious Adadidiodu, and this show is ably produced by Mr. James Kwabena Opong. And here on the TDS TV or the Discovery Show, we say Yearn to learn. Thank you so much for being here and stay blessed. Catch up with you some other time. Thank you.